Ah, the new year, the time for fresh starts, new beginnings, and a list of resolutions that you probably aren't going to stick to. Because let's be honest, the pressure to get your life together the moment the clock strikes midnight is exhausting. Instead of feeling refreshed and ready to take on the new year, you probably feel overwhelmed by the haunting declaration that is New Year, New You. And if you're heading into January feeling more stressed and anxious than inspired and energized, therapy can be a game changer. That's why BetterHelp is sponsoring this video, because everyone could use a little help getting through the ups and downs of life. Therapy gives you the space to vent about what's going on in your life and help you find solutions if that's what you're looking for. So if you've been trying to navigate this whole life thing on your own, maybe it's time to try something new. BetterHelp accepts both HSA and FSA cards, making it even easier to prioritize your mental health. In 2024 alone, over 137,000 people used their HSA or FSA benefits for therapy through BetterHelp. So be sure to use yours before they expire. Head to BetterHelp.com/CinemaSins and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/CinemaSins. "28 seconds of logos!" Just kidding. But can you imagine if it was?
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Making any of us relive the nightmare fuel that is this f***ing show. In case you confused it with not capitalizing a proper adjective. Nothing like getting the how hard you're willing to go portion of your movie out of the way quickly by having multiple cases of child murder in the first 2.5 minutes. Not sure how I feel about that on a personal level, but it's definitely a choice this movie makes. This lady just went through a glass door, and I'm not saying she couldn't survive that, but I am saying she shouldn't be able to tell Jimmy to run so quickly afterwards.
This is a glorious day of judgment.
The older I get, the more I realize how accurate Monty Python's The Life of Brian was regarding the wildness of organized religion. Those of us who didn't think this kid's name or this crucifix were important enough to remember are going to have a real what the f*** moment later in the movie.
Have faith.
I feel like a gun, or really any kind of weapon that would be effective against a zombie, would be wise as well. Reading. Also, the storyline literally Brexited, and Brexiting is always a sin. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do make the rules. It's been 28 years, so I really hope we find out if they finally found Curly's gold. The Operation Overdrive Ranger action figures, like the one we see here, were produced in 2007. How the f*** does Spike have one of these when the Rage virus took place in 2002?
Jumper, whistle, water bottle.
Excitement? Franchise tries to differentiate itself from other films in the zombie genre by making them move fast in this movie.
Me and Spike are going out.
Considering there's almost no chance Isla would even remember this conversation she's having with Jamie, I'm not sure why he even feels the need to bring up that he's taking Spike closer to the mainland. This feels like dialogue for the audience, so we know that Isla is not a fan of the idea, rather than anything Jamie would say at this point. Covering up your mother with a blanket when she just told you she was hot.
What's going on? I'm hot.
Just restrung this for you.
Didn't need a restring.
No.
Oh, good then. Thanks for taking the thing I've been practicing with to be my primary weapon in life or death situations and making it just a little less predictable for no reason. Okay, there's clearly a theme about the conservation of resources going on, but it is impossible to tell if this is just a heavy-handed reprimand about the long showers I take, or a deeper commentary about how telling people to just do a better job is not really a long-term solution to any of these problems. Geez, movie, why don't you just tell me how I should feel about this?
7, 6, 11, 5.
CIA torture math.
So what's this, Spike?
It's the Causeway.
Talk us through it.
I don't see how everyone on this small-ass island doesn't know how the Causeway works by a very young age. The only reason we need this exposition is that so few people watch the Jude Law vehicle the third day.
It's the only way to the mainland.
It's actually not. There's a walkable stretch called the Pilgrim's Way that can also be traversed at low tide, and the movie even shows it to us on a map. Also, considering there are at least 2 clear pathways to the colony, it makes zero sense that in 28 years the community wasn't overtaken by a large number of infected. And if you're trying to tell me their little rinky-dink treehouse guard station and latch gate are enough of a deterrent, I will need you to realize you wouldn't last a f***ing day in the infected apocalypse.
What about 4 hours before high tide?
Introducing a ticking tide to increase the tension because you're all out of horologists. During this whole walking through the woods sequence, in his recitation of Boots by Rudyard Kipling, Taylor Holmes keeps suggesting there is no discharge in the war, as if there were not a single gooner in the English military. Shooting from this angle makes your movie look more like a video game than a movie, and it's f***ing annoying.
Slow, not fast.
Refreshing the not zombie concept by making them slow again.
I'm proud of you.
Let's forget about how I almost got us ambushed because I didn't check our surroundings. No need to focus on that. Fox scares. Also, 28 years later answers the most important question of the 21st century by showing us what the fox say.
People would have searched this place 100 times. You never know.
But don't you? Why wouldn't other people from the island have already searched this place since it's clearly close enough that they don't have to worry about getting back before high tide?
Are these useful?
Nah, got plenty of that.
As they relive the Bronze Age or whatever, I struggle to see how metal is not useful.
Frisbee? You never seen a frisbee before?
Jamie would damn well know if the little island without TV where Spike has spent his whole life had ever been graced by the presence of a frisbee.
Looks like he got tied up and left for the infected, and now he's infected.
So did the infected just come and bite him once and roll? Because that doesn't sound like the f***ing infected. After seeing the roles available in this community, I no doubt would have been the kid who wanted to be a watchtower, like the actual tower. From a purely academic perspective, why is the mouth hole on this mask so round?
Dad.
An alpha did that.
He shouldn't have to explain this to his son. If the detached head and spine combo is so much of a calling card for the alphas, this should very much be something someone tells you before you saunter off to the mainland with your head and spine. The thing with drone shots is that they all look so painfully droney. We'll see people outrun the infected so many times in this movie, and I'm forced to wonder if 28 years is enough time for evolution to make the infected this much slower, or make regular Joes like Jamie and Spike that much faster. Movie has time to prove that jumping on the bed transcends all divisions. How do you get the job of just standing here with the mask? I have to ask because it wasn't on the board.
Got no arrows left.
The thing is that I counted to the best of my ability, and you both left with around 10 arrows, and Spike took half as many shots as you did. So even if there aren't many, you should still have at least some arrows.
Spike, you did well.
He did not, but Spike also shouldn't be there. So 28 sins later for how much of an asshole Jamie is.
Quarantine patrol. Probably French.
The French. Character has trouble running and will keep tripping and falling for maximum dramatic tension cliche.
Oh, this is it, Spike! Breathe!
Dads that feel the need to narrate the possible end of their child's life. Also, I get breathing is just something everyone should concentrate on, you know, to survive and shit. But why exactly would that be the focus of Jamie trying to help his son in this specific instance? The POV of being puked on.
A fire. I wonder if you saw old Kellison.
From the description of a fire, Sam will deduce exactly who it is and give a bunch of exposition that all ends up being right, because no one else in that general direction has ever made a fire, I guess.
What's so special about the fire?
If your dad doesn't want to talk about it, I don't think I should.
Pretty clear the script is the one who doesn't want to talk about it yet, but sure, blame Jamie. Kids. Man punch wall because man mad and needs to manly man up a wall. Also, that's a f***ed up thing for Jamie to do. How much caulk is even still available for fixing up your drywall?
Come on, Mum. Let's go.
This is the dumbest f***ing idea, and we could chalk it up to kids, but the fact that Spike actually gets Isla all the way to Dr. Kelson puts us close enough to this works territory that it pisses me off.
This is the mainland.
I know Isla's sick, but I'm still curious her thought process of where they were going when they walked across the f***ing ocean. Also, kidnapping your sick mother and taking her somewhere against her will, no matter how good the intentions are, is a f***ing sin. Considering I doubt any organized farming has been taking place over the last 28 years, all this land looks to be in way better shape than it should. They will do a bunch of walking and they won't encounter any danger because the infected have also evolved an appreciation for plot progress. The most shocking thing in the movie is that this kid has survived this long going around with his shoe untied.
What happened? I don't know.
It is absolutely wild that Spike slept through the whole ordeal of Isla taking out this slow, low, with brutal efficiency. He should have himself checked by a doctor as well. Movie felt like we needed a bunch of dumb asshole military officers, and movie was wrong. Standing here and letting the infected run by him works for this guy way longer than it should have. Considering the infected are drawn to loud noises, why aren't these soldiers equipped with some sort of firearm suppressor? Because they f***ing should be! Movie suddenly remembers that it was supposed to horror movie and not just go for walks in the English countryside. Terrence Malick's 28 years later. Discount infected Cillian Murphy. These zombies could have been faster. Between this and Jurassic World Rebirth, abandoned gas stations were more of a thing in the 2025 summer movie season than they needed to be. They survived this. Also, even if by some miracle they could survive this, their hair f***ing wouldn't.
What happened?
Benzene. Vaporized. Built up over the years.
Benzene gas is heavier than air. All this gas floating above them is a benzene gas of lies.
Do more infected come?
I don't know. Probably. They would have hit the noise.
There are times in this movie where it feels like Spike is not even trying to survive. And that is getting a sin, whether or not it was an intentional choice.
And he said, yo, what are you gonna do, nuts?
So yeah, aren't the infected attracted to sound?
See, nobody cares. Nice hat.
The director said, give this guy an apple, so we know without a doubt he's an asshole.
Seem to really like apples.
The director said, I'm sure CinemaSins will think their line about Eric being an asshole was funny. Why not give them a whole bag so they know that I think they're the assholes?
1%, no signal.
Good to know even in the post-infected apocalypse, we'll still have the my phone is only at 1% and I have no signal asshole around.
I know a dick when I see one.
I never stopped my college girlfriend from pursuing more evidence.
Well, Sam says on some, the infection kind of works like steroids.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's what turns them alpha.
You make them sound like stockbrokers. Like Wall Street guys.
Aren't they called smegmas now? I don't know. It's hard to keep up with this Gen Z nonsense. I would have thought England's passenger rail would be nicer than this. This movie most often presents a fascinating approach to this franchise in zombie cinema, but at times can come off like a gimmicky what-if scenario, such as the what if a zombie had a baby predicament we currently find ourselves in. Isla stupidly risks getting infected, blood in her mouth, and just because she doesn't get infected doesn't make the act any less stupid. Eric's reaction to the miracle of life. No one in this train car informs the new mother of the importance of doing skin-to-skin contact with a newborn. The franchise tries to differentiate itself from other films in the zombie genre by making them more dangerous after labor than during.
It's a f***ing zombie baby!
Eric hasn't heard that they aren't called zombies. They are infected. The alpha conveniently being right above Eric before he murders Spike, Isla, and the baby is convenient. I know the alpha likes his head trophies, but I would like to point out he is also wasting a lot of perfectly good meat. You've got a baby to feed now, asshole. Also, the idea that all of the vertebrae are still intact like this after the alpha rips a head off someone's body is all the bullshit. I can't show it to you, but we have a shot of a dismembered head next to an impressive member that I will remember for a long time. You gotta do what you gotta do, but it is still f***ing hilarious that Spike even takes the time to close this door, as if that'll stop the alpha for even a second.
Mom! Get off the train!
Considering this is the first time Spike would have seen one, how the f*** does he know what a train is?
I paint myself in iodine. It's an excellent prophylactic.
For half a second, I thought, holy shit, this guy is the father of that baby.
I call this one Samson. He's lived in the area a good 3 years now. I usually keep my distance from him, of course.
Yeah, Rafe Fiennes is no doubt getting a sin-off for this performance that is both disarming and terrifying at the same time.
Choose a place for him.
I'm not sure whose other decapitated head Kelson has been working on desculling, because that is not f***ing Eric's skull. Those teeth do not match these teeth.
The magic of the placenta.
The title of the new David Blaine special, where he spends 9 months in utero, somehow makes it into the script. Movie yearly checkups for all the sometime. I get that they want to sedate him, but surely there are other methods to administer the sedative that don't require being shot in the ass with a blow dart. Also, spiking Spike.
Memento mori.
Criterio!
Stay here with the baby.
Drugging a person and then immediately leaving them in charge of a baby. This guy really likes blow darting people. He should be more concerned that Kelson is going to shoot the baby with a blow dart. Samson is a dick to Maury.
I think it's time for you and the baby to go home.
Wait, what? Is anyone going to actually try and help Spike with f***ing anything? Kelson is just going to send this kid alone out there with all the infected, not to mention a newborn baby? This franchise getting itself anchored into this numerical consistency is possibly the most annoying thing about it.
Dad, I'm okay. You don't need to look for me.
Wait, Jamie hasn't been looking for Spike? The movie has completely ignored his father's whereabouts after the halfway point. Sure, he is philanderous, and there's some vague rule about no rescue parties, but it's clear that he still cares about Spike, so there's zero reason to believe he wouldn't have gone looking for his son. Spike.
Wonderful shot.
Ah, sudden center.
Go.
The Jimmies, clearly Seville fanatics, are unaware of his horrifying crimes because they didn't become public knowledge until 2012, which would be 10 years after the rage virus hit in this film's universe. But we still know what a piece of shit he was. So not even the Teletubbies with their tracksuit aesthetic or my appreciation of Jack O'Connell popping up in just about anything will protect this movie from the 28 years of sins it's getting for making me remember this sick f***ing asshole.
I have so many questions. First, why the hot sauce? Is that a zombie thing?
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
I kick ass for the Lord.
First time? Do you mean you're going off the island to the mainland?
A couple of hookers.
Not fast. Doesn't mean they aren't dangerous.
He moves like a bird, lightly bobbing his head. And you keep still because you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement, like T-Rex.
They're hooty-hooing. We move fast but quiet.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you.
Tommy, how's the peeping?
What did you see?
Oh, hills, forest, and a fire.
This is boring.
I'm Spike.
Man, that's a dumb name.
It's my fiance.